Then women's doubles in the Asian Games, silver medalists Matsutomo and Takahashi of Japan. They're up against Jung Ye-na and Kim So-young of Korea. Then the last of our quarterfinals is men's singles. The Commonwealth Games gold medalist against the European Championship gold medalist Kashyap Parupalli of India up against Jan Jorgensen of Denmark. So 3 matches with home interest, and certainly the crowd here in Odense very much looking forward to this evening's quarterfinals. Well, I'm Jill Clark, sitting alongside former world #1 Morten Frost. Morten, who happened to win this Danish Open title 8 times, 7 of those consecutive. So a fair record here at the Denmark Open, and what a delight to be back in your country again.
Yeah, thank
Morten,
you very much.
after the World Championships. And here come the Indonesian pair of Tontowi Ahmad and Liliana Natsir. They've been beaten finalists on the last 2 occasions that this tournament has been staged. 2012 and last year 2013, of course. And here their opponents, the European Championship silver medalists. 2 very tall Danes, Ahmad Kolding and Camilla Rytter. Left and right-handed combination, the Danes. And they are appearing in their first ever quarter-final at their home championships as a pair. Of course, Camilla Rytter has been in 6 Denmark Open finals. Well, this is from the bottom half of the draw, this match, and already disappointment for home fans because the number 2 seeds, Joachim Fischer-Nielsen and Christina Pedersen, have gone out to the Indonesians, Ricky Widianto and Puspita Rishidili. And, of course, the winner of the match we're about to watch will meet the Indonesians in tomorrow's semi-final. So will it be an all-Indonesian affair, or will the Danes manage to get through to the semi-final? Incidentally, the Danes have never been in a Super Series semi-final, so that would be new territory as far as they're concerned. A couple of quarter-finals earlier this year for the Danes in Super Series level. Made a super start to their partnership, which they formed at the 2012 Dutch Grand Prix. They won that, and then the next 15 tournaments, they never got past the second round. We'll talk about that more in a minute, Morten, because
yes,
I want to get your thoughts on that and why that may have happened. Anyway, here we go. There's the number 4 seeds from Indonesia. So, as I say, 2 times beaten finalists here for the last 2 years. Tontowi Ahmad, 27, his partner, 29 years of age, Liliana Natsir, born in Manado, North Sulawesi. And as you can see from that, they've had no problems in their first 2 matches. Number 4 in the world ranking, and they've only played 9 tournaments in the last 12 months. The optimum number is 10, so that's perhaps why their ranking has slipped. I can tell you they've gone down 2 places in the Super Series ranking after not competing, pulling out of the Australian Super Series event where they were the number 1 seeds. So to the Danes, and Mads Kolding, 26 years of age. His partner, the left-handed Camilla Juhl, 30. I think she'll be turning 31 next month. Well, I was saying that she's been in 6 Denmark Open finals. She's actually won 2 mixed doubles titles, of course, with her former partner, Thomas Laborn. That was back in 2005 and 2010. Well, she's a very versatile player because she's been in 2 women's doubles finals as well. Now, what a battle they had in the first round against Mohamed Rejal and Vita Marissa. They came from 15-18 down in the 3rd game before they came through 22-20. It really was a thriller. The crowd, I can tell you, were on the edge of their seats. Well, that might surprise some people, given the height of the Danes, that so far they have not had any success over the Indonesians. That said, of course, the Indonesian pair, we should point out, have been as high as number 2 in the world ranking, and they were, of course, last year's world champions. So I suppose with their pedigree, and especially with Liliana Natsir, first female to win 3 world championship titles in the mixed doubles. Of course, there's one man that's achieved that, Park Ju-bong, but first woman to achieve 3 gold medals. She really is, Morten. I know you're a big fan of Liliana Natsir. She's got wonderful control, hasn't she?
Absolutely perfect skills. She is a joy to watch.
Yeah. And
she's always placing herself in the right spots, and yeah, she's just a joy to watch. It's very, very good, and she is, I would say, all the Indonesians, they have such a beautiful touch to their play, and I love every time you know, you can strip them, you can put them with no-name T-shirts on and all that, and I was to say, he or she is from Indonesia. When you watch them play, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It is.
I know exactly what you mean. That wonderful, relaxed hitting style, and
they all have it.
Yeah.
They all have it. And that's the contrast between the two pairs here. It's actually exactly that we're going to see.
Ahmad, Indonesia. And on my left, Pieler, Kolding, Rytter, Juhl, Denmark.
So Jens Grosser of Germany, the umpire, announces the players to the fans and calls for this quarter-final to get underway. Well, only one player on court that hasn't won a World Championship gold medal. And that, of course, is the tall Dane.
Poor mess.
Yeah. He really is a tall man, isn't he?
Is it 207 or something like that?
I've put him down at 205.
205, okay.
Which is about, well, just under 6'9".
Yeah, I guess Camilla is what, 185, 85, 86?
Well, again, I've got it down slightly less than that at 183, so, so 6 foot.
Okay, 6 foot.
Now, Morten, I want you to explain a little bit more about this contrast in styles. We've obviously sung the praises of the Indonesians and their easy, relaxed hitting style. And you said this is going to be the real contrast between the two pairs. Can you expand a little bit more on that?
I can try to. Actually, here we saw a very fine example of Mads Kolding. That hit he's doing there is really nice. It's a hard push. But when it comes to the finer details, when he's got to play the more relaxed shots and really place it, he's struggling. And that's one of the reasons why I think the pair hasn't done as well as expected, is that when they are on the attack, they're awesome. When they have to control in the rallies, they're awesome. But when it comes to a situation like what we just saw here, then they're in trouble. When they're on the defense and when they have to play these softer, nice touch shots, that's letting them down.
Yeah, because, you know, I was mentioning that they won the first ever tournament they played. I got very excited about the prospects of this partnership, and, you know, and then it just didn't materialise. And there's no doubting the capabilities of Mads Kolding. 3 European Championships silver medals in individual competition. He's a fine player. And, of course, his partner is a former world champion, 5 times a European champion in 2 different disciplines. I thought to myself, this is a pair that can really start challenging the Chinese, but it just hasn't somehow materialised and developed as I thought it would.
No. And I'm telling you, you're not the only one. I had exactly the same feeling when I thought, this is the combination. They can dent them. They can really do it. But I must say that on many occasions, the defense of Mads Kolding is really letting him down. And especially when he's getting to a very tight situation, 18-all, 19-all, all that, then suddenly he's getting a little bit too tight and too nervous. But still time to learn, and I think it's an interesting statistics that they are not doing so well against the Asian pairs. but against many pairs, they are actually having a better score against them or an even score against them.
Change.
So I know they have been losing a lot of first and second rounds, but they also had quite tough draws on occasions.
Oh, they had very tough draws as
You
well.
know, in all honesty.
They did indeed. There's no question of that. But there's something hasn't quite gelled. Yeah. But it's beginning to. I think they're beginning. I think 2014, the final of the European Championships. Of course, there's 2 quarterfinals previous to this quarterfinal and Super Series events, and I think they're regularly beginning to challenge. And if they can keep doing that, then they'll start getting seeded positions, and then
that helps a lot.
Exactly.
That will help a lot.
Service over. 6-5.
What was that you were saying about Liliana Natsir just being in the right place at the right time?
Yes. Yeah. She just got to it, but she was there. But the thing is that she can place the shots around the ears and on the opponent. You know, if Camilla is sort of rushing in, she will sort of pretend she would play the net and suddenly change direction, and it would just pass her and all that. She's got that ability to, okay, if you're here, I'll play there. Oh, you're there, okay, I'll play there. Yeah. She always got that ability.
6-7.
But having said all this, I still think, as what you said, the Danes has had a very good 2014, and then we are in for, hopefully, a very good match here.
Service over. 8-6.
Pushed it long.
9-6.
Yep.
Yeah, did well to get out of the way of that from Tohi Ahmad. Now, when you're such a tall athlete and you're putting so much pressure simply by your physicality when waiting to...
You can reach the net.
You shouldn't be making mistakes like that, though,
No.
should you?
No, it's a good serve, but still. But that's a little bit to do with touch as well.
Wide. That's better pressure, wasn't it, by the Danes?
Service over. 7-10.
That's a good flick serve.
Yeah, it's already, in these early stages, very obvious, the point you were making earlier, Morten, that the Danes are good when they're hitting down, but vulnerable on defence.
Yes. Another good flick one.
Yeah, that's gone long. Of course, the challenge system is in operation here on this court, court number 1. 2 challenges allowed per pair, per match. If they're wrong challenges, if they're a right challenge, then you keep your challenge. So very similar to tennis.
That's well left. That's really well left.
Oh, there's a consideration. Yes, we've got a challenge. Just went on cue.
On cue, yes. Oh, look at that. The coach is on court. The Indonesian coach is on court.
Pieler calling challenges.
Well, the umpire
Call out.
saying you should have called immediately.
Yeah, but he's still calling it.
Yeah.
Still allowing it.
Go. Challenge.
It took a long time. That took an awful long time to see that the coach was actually, yes, it's in.
Yeah.
It was in.
Good call, line judge. Oh. Oh, my goodness. Now, we saw the shuttle land in, and yet it's been called out.
It was out. Out. Yeah. Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
Well, now I'm very confused.
I think the umpire is too.
Sorry.
Well, yes, we can see it's landed in. There we go. Thank you, Hawkeye. Well, a little smile from all the players.
Correction in 10-all.
So it's 10-all.
Yeah.
Oh, the drama.
You have fun here.
Yeah, another flick serve, my goodness. Oh, totally mistimed his smash there. Ahmad's Kolding.
Hit it in the tee or whatever you call it, isn't it?
That's right.
Rigtig godt slået på cutteren her i den sidste.
Head of the racket and the shaft of the racket.
Det er fint. Vi skal passe på, at vi ikke kommer til at overspille den, ikke? Det enkelte slag. Det er rigeligt bare at spille den over. I er så gode, at de ligger fint. Vi skal bare spille den det rigtige sted hen. Ja, lige præcis. Jeg kunne egentlig godt tænke mig, at i hvert fald når han server, at vi spiller dobbelt. Du bare bliver fremme på den. Det har vi også succes med i den sidste kamp der. Ikke? Og så stikker du bare, altså slår stejl, hvis det er. Ikke? Ellers er det fint. Godt at få swipperen med. Kom så.
Dia defense-nya itu pengennya jauhin dari putar. Jadi kamu ropelnya siap. Kalau ropelnya jalan mah nggak masalah. Ya habis ropel putarnya pasti bisa betul. Ya. Sama kalau itu yang laki jangan kasih awalan untuk gini. Agak dikakokin aja defense-nya. Kita belokin gini. Ya ada stop-stopnya itu. Kalau dia ada awalan gini memang bagus banget kelihatan tajam banget. Tapi ada kakoknya sering mati sendiri. Ya, terus fokus terus. Ya. Tetap nurunin bola terus. Ya, bola turunin terus.
Well, the head coach from Denmark. Now, what was he advising his players?
He really sort of warned them a bit that they don't have to play absolute fantastic shots the whole time. They're adding too much pressure on themselves. Just, you know, play the shots. Don't push them too hard. Don't think you have to play the most brilliant shot every single time. There's plenty of space. Play it around. Don't feel the pressure. Just play. And then he said it was good to have the flick serves in. And on occasions, he actually wants Kolding to just stand at the net, and if they can come into a double situation and add some pressure on Ahmad. But I like the coaching style. He was very precise, he was very short, and just a few points.
Oh, dear me. No, I seem to mistime that serve, which would
13-12.
be a little bit of nerves, perhaps.
I think that was going long.
I thought it was long. Well, the Indonesian's not challenging.
So it's definitely not out.
Good defence from Liliana Natsir. My goodness me.
Yeah, this one there.
Yeah.
14-13.
It was placed on the right side, the forehand side, but she still got it back. Very, very little time for reaction.
Play.
better pressure on the return of serve.
14-0.
Oh, it's a great flick serve.
15-14.
Yeah, on the line.
Yep.
Oh, that was shocking serve.
Service over.
And that's unfortunately what we see quite often from Mads Kolding. That's, you know, when he's getting tight, when he's getting close, the tension is rising. Then the serve is sort of letting him down, the touch is letting him down, the defense is letting him down, and that's why they have to be on the attack.
Oh, good defence there. Oh, that was a double hit, wasn't it?
It was.
Well, not called by the umpire.
No. And very clever of the Indonesians just to carry on and not start appealing for everything. That was good. Shows lots of experience.
Yeah, that wonderful illustration, Morten, of what you were talking about. She just held that shot for the last moment. You think it's coming one way, and she looks at you, and then just puts it the other.
Whatever you go, it comes opposite.
Yeah.
You choose and I play.
18-15.
Four straight points at this stage of the game could be decisive. Well left.
19-15.
Well, I apologise if anybody understood what was said there.
I did.
Yeah, the umpire did too.
I'm not sure, but I think he got the whiff.
The return there, a little wild again. You've got to make those count. This is 6 straight points now for the former world champions. Oh, brilliant.
Game.
Absolutely brilliant. 7 straight points to close out the opening game.
First game won
And that
by
is why
Ahmad
they have been
Pieler
world
Natsir,
champions as a
21-15.
pair. Of course, 3 times All England champions, current All England champions. And it's these pressure points, it's the big points that make the difference between
Prøv at
champions
høre, der er ingen
and
grund til at tvivle.
contenders.
Det er 2 server, der har været dårlige. Ellers så er det rigtig godt, at vi har fat i dem. Ja, lige præcis. Spil med dem. De slår den ikke ned. Vel? Så spil den der, og I gør det faktisk nogle gange. Og det må gerne hellere lidt for lang, lidt for kort, den der opsamling ud i siden. Så kommer hun ind, og så kan vi flytte den kryds.
Det er nok ligesom om, at vi vil lægge alt knivskarpt og
Ja.
løbe på...
Lige præcis.
Ja, det er slet ikke...
Så vi skal spille bolden, og så skal vi bevæge os. Fordi så får vi chancerne. Vi får også nogle gode chancer på midtbanen, ikke? Og du skal blive stående der fremme, for de vil ikke løfte til dig. Ikke? Bliv ved deroppe, det er rigtig godt. Bliv ved at have svipperne med. Og hvis nu der armen er tung, så svipper den. Ja. Ikke? Men tænk på, at den er let, og så spil den korte. Ja. Ikke? Kom så.
Well, that was interesting. The last couple of words he had with Mads Kolding,
Lihat
he was
posisi,
trying
lihat
to
posisi dulu.
cover
Kalau
the
Rytter drop shot
microphone
dulu
so we
nggak
couldn't hear him, but we did still hear.
Yeah.
Sama servisnya kalian.
Yeah, there's a lot of
tadi kan kena
there was
terus
the
tuh.
psychology
Belokin dikit aja, dikit aja.
on the
Bodinya
serve.
atau apa.
They were trying to hide away, you know. They had
Kena
sort of
terus.
certain ways of looking at it, and he was just explaining, try to imagine
Terus ya,
so and
jaga
so.
sampai poin 11 lagi, fokus ya.
But otherwise, don't doubt your serve. What he was saying, you only made 2 really bad ones. The rest was, you know, good, decent services. So don't doubt it. But yet again, don't feel that pressure. Just play the shots.
Play.
So the number 4 seeds from Indonesia, 1 game to the good, 21-15. Opening game on a run of 7 straight points.
1 love.
Oh, yes. And a little smile from Liliana Natsir, her partner. She
That
knows,
one there,
yeah,
that was the one.
Yep.
That should have been a winner. It just shows how adventurous she is when she's playing, but she can still control it. It never looked like it was a chancy shot to play.
Game's over. 2-1.
Well, of course, the Indonesians unable to try and defend their World Championship because of an ankle injury to Tontowi Ahmad.
I was just about saying that before, because I felt before the World Championships in August that this combination from Indonesia really had a good chance of defending their title.
Yeah. Of course, Tontowi Ahmad had other things on his mind as well, didn't he? Because he got married on the 2nd of August, postponing his honeymoon until January next year. Too many badminton events. I'm sorry, wife, you're going to have to...
You just have to wait.
Exactly. See, the sacrifices of the badminton players.
Yeah. That's the way we are.
That's a good smash from Juhl.
3-all.
Oh, look at that delightful shot.
The Danes, they were lucky to win that one. We will not get it because it was very early in the rally, but the way that Camilla Juhl was rushing forward, she was only covering like 10 centimeters, and you could play her so easily around her and you know, get away with it. And the Indonesians almost did, but did not win the rally. So good comeback for the Danes in that rally. She really didn't cover a lot. Total overcommitment.
Yeah, if you were with us yesterday, we saw her playing women's doubles. Of course, she and Christina Peterson are the number 2 seeds in the women's doubles, and we talked about that a little in the women's doubles, didn't we, about that overcommitment. It's good to try and put pressure on by trying to read, and especially in women's doubles, I think you've got to try and realistically think you're going to win in the rallies only from the front of the court. But it's slightly different in mixed doubles, isn't it?
Yeah, she's having a tendency to overcommit. She really has. I'm sure, you know, if this is going to be a tight match, we will have a few more examples of it, and we will point it out.
that's nice placement of the smash towards the right hip of Liliana Natsir.
Service over. 6-4.
That's a good lift. Wonderful lift. On that return of serve.
Yeah.
Kicked the top of the tape. Still managed to control it so well. Here we have it. That was a good lift. The second time round, too long. Mass really have to watch out playing these shots across over the head of Natsir, because she's waiting for it all the time. He's missed a few of them and now he tried again. This time it was over, but she was there and intercepting. Got to watch out over that head. Good play.
Yeah.
But no doubt we have two of the finest women's mixed doubles players in the world playing on this court today. That's well left.
I think so, it's long. Yeah. Yes, I think that's gold medal at the 2009 World Championships in Hyderabad, when Rytter Juhl won the gold medal with Thomas Laybourne. I think her back-to-back match results there, 3 superb wins over, well, her opponents of today, Liliana Natsir and Nova Widianto, and the top the top Chinese pair and the top Korean pair.
That's a good win.
The Olympic champions as well. Back-to-back quarterfinals, semi-finals, final.
Finals.
I think it's the most extraordinary set of back-to-back results I've seen from a European.
That was a good run. They had a very good run. I don't think you see. Okay.
Here we go. No, it's long.
Yeah.
Challenge unsuccessful.
I think that was an odd one to challenge on when it's at the back line of your opponent's court.
One challenge remaining. Tom Toby.
But I don't know if you noticed, poor guy was actually showing it on the baseline and not on the service line.
Well spotted.
Very left, couldn't see.
No.
Just in front, I couldn't see, sorry.
No, umpire same player.
I couldn't see. He was just in front, I couldn't see. No challenge, no camera. 7-8.
Well, very, very difficult for us to tell from that. I think that's
7-8, play left, please.
umpire asking them to play a let. The umpire makes the call on the front service line, and he said that he couldn't see because Ahmad's Kolding was in the way. Well, once again, rushing forwards to such a degree that had that shuttle been turned by Liliana Natsir and had it have gone over, I don't think Juhl would have been able to go to her.
It's a massive gap.
Yeah, yeah.
You just need to play a slight ankle on it.
Service over. 8-9.
I think the Danish combination here has played really well in the first half of the second game. 10-8 up here, I think they have played well.
Yeah, and indeed they go to the mid-game interval with a 3-point advantage.
Flot det her. Godt, du får lukket nogle af de der over i baghånden også. Hvis vi er ude af balance, eller vi er under, så løfter vi. Han slår ikke igennem os. Vel? Og hvis der vi bliver presset, så lægger vi bare den der flade ud i siden. Og så er klar på den næste. Træd fremad, fra defen. Vi har trykket så meget, at der er plads til at stoppe dernede fra. Altså, de er rigtig gode de sidste prik her i den sidste duel. Ikke? Men de kan også godt være endnu blødere. Og så bliver du ved med at løbe, når vi spiller en blød til hende, fordi hun vil holde den. Og vi har altså fat i ham nu. Ikke? Han kan ikke lide at serve, og han kommer ikke igennem os i offen. Så er det, han bliver usikker.
Ja.
Ikke?
Ja, og ikke får vi dig selv, Kolding.
Nej, vi lever fint. Vi skal bare vinde en gang imellem på dine server. Ikke? Bare sætte en gang imellem og brug den der høje svipper.
Power tembaknya masih kurang. Tambahin lagi ya. Ayo, kurang itunya aja. Sama kalau bolanya masih di atas berani jebret ada nekennya. Jangan naruh terus. Ya, tadi kan udah berani kamu nyilangnya udah berani, tapi kalau masih enak ya tekenin aja. Ya, jangan terus naruh terus. Mereka udah nyerontol aja kedua-duanya. Ya. Ayo terus hawanya cari terus ya. Ayo.
Service over. 9-11.
Immediately after the break, a slightly loose serve there from Mads Kolding.
Yeah.
There was more talk about the serve, wasn't there?
There was a lot more. Lars was, you know, quite happy with the service performance of Mads Kolding. And he said, which I couldn't stop smiling a little bit. He said, you just need to win once in a while on your serve. But that's support, isn't it? Don't feel the pressure. As long as we win once in a while, it's okay.
Service over. 10-12. Change.
I have to say I'm slightly concerned about the psychological effect on a partner when one player is really struggling with their serve, and if the coach is saying that, because then of course the player who's we've got another challenge here.
Yeah.
It was called in. She thinks it was out.
Yes.
But then of course for Camilla Juhl, she's going to say to herself, well,
I got to serve so well.
Exactly. So it's added pressure. Here we go. Let's have a look.
It's out.
Yeah. So that is their challenges gone as far as the Danes are concerned.
Now this was opposite. It was actually Natsir calling it.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. And that was successful.
I do apologise.
Service over. 11-12.
Here we have the two Danish coaches, Jesper Larsen in red on the left, and Lars Ure. Sorry, it was Lars in red and Jesper in black.
No, it's gone long. But I have to say, the flat fast exchanges there, I know the Indonesians lost that one, but I would have thought, in my mind, that was going to suit them better.
Yes.
Oh, it's just wide. Seemed to be an awful lot of swing with that defensive shot from the tall Dane there. And the bigger the swing, the more difficult it is to time it.
Yeah, and control it. Yep, right.
Oh, it's long.
Oh, mamma mia, was that long?
13,
It was a
14.
huge gap.
Massive.
Yeah. Long by some distance. I don't know if you remember when Tontoy Ahmad first started playing with Liliana and Natsir Morton, that they formed their partnership in 2010. And whilst there was obvious talent, I thought how naive he was tactically, you know. And now, I mean, well, by virtue of the fact he's been world champion and 3 times All England
But
champion,
he has developed a lot.
Hugely. Yeah, I just thought that penultimate rally there prior to this last one, the way he read the game and knew what to do.
How he finished it at
Yeah.
the net.
Yeah.
Look at the gap. He could have played it. Very soft cross-court shot. Massive gap to the forehand side of Camilla Juhl.
Oh my goodness, how did she get that back?
That's out, that's out.
Oh, goodness. Wow, just extraordinary play from Liliana Natsir.
That's well defended.
16-15.
Look at her racket movement there. It was coming towards her right shoulder and she somehow played a backhand across court. I know it missed, but unbelievable.
Not bad, not bad. That's going long. Yeah. So now it's important for Mads Kolding to hold it together and play a good serve now. 17-15 up. It's very crucial now in this second game. Good serve.
Yeah.
That was very important.
Yep.
18-15.
Oh, he rushed that, my goodness. It's gone long. And now it's a 4-point advantage for the Danes. And just 2 points away from taking this second game and forcing a third and deciding game. Make that 1 point away from a third and deciding game.
20, game point 15.
That's 3 in a row.
Yeah.
3 good services. That's good. That's good from Mads Kolding.
I just thought we were going to have a repeat of the opening game because the Danes have been 14-15 down, same margin that the Indonesians were down in the opening game, and the Indonesians, of course, finished it off with 7 straight points. but it's not to be. 1 game point saved by the Indonesians. The second time of asking by the Danes, and they take the second game. And after 38 minutes of play, it is indeed 1 game apiece. Look at that return of serve. Emphasising
flot, det her.
coaches'
Ikke?
point.
Vi
It
har
doesn't have
fat
to
i
be
den.
hard, just get it over and get it
Lige
positive in
præcis.
the
Vi skal
right
blive ved at
direction.
gøre det, og hvis det ikke lige lykkes en enkelt gang, eller vi kommer til at gøre det forkert, så gør vi det bare næste gang. Ikke? Vi spiller til 21. Ja, men ved du hvad, det der med at sætte for kort til ham, det virker vildt godt, og bare variere dem. Han aner ikke, hvor den kommer nu, om den er god eller dårlig, eller den er lang eller kort. Ikke? Det er fint. Og på hende 3'er eller 5'er. Måske i den her side lidt ud, altså en 2,5'er. Ikke? Det er helt fint. Altså, det er dig, der afgør det.
Tag al den tid, og så træk vejret helt ned med. Det er vigtigt.
Eller ikke have noget tid. Jeg ved det.
Men tænk den let først. Ikke? Vi er ved at lukke den derude. En gang imellem, så når vi spiller halvdistance, der ved de godt, du kommer frem. Så,
Ja, helt frem.
så stil dig lige tilbage og luk den. Ikke? Fordi der kommer de flat nu. Prøv at høre, de slår ikke noget ned på os, så hvis vi er i tvivl, så op under kuplen. Ikke? Og så fremad. Kom så.
Ya, masih ragu-ragu kamu kayak takut gitu, Wi. Ya. Terus totokin aja, nah ini poin-poin awal penting banget sampai 11. Ya, kamu mantep woy, percaya diri, ya. Udah nggak usah mikir macam-macam. Ya, tatakin bola turunin. Kalau pas drive datang ya kamu tatakin aja, ya. Bola enak ya silangin apa, lurusin, dimantepin aja, ya. Itu aja intinya, ya. Yuk. Yang penting start-startnya jangan sampai kalah duluan, ya. Yuk. Terus cari musuhnya.
So the players back on court for the start of this third and deciding game. 1 game all, the Danes coming back after losing the first to take the second 21-16. And there seems some very positive talk there from Lars Ulla.
Yeah, he was very happy with his mixed doubles here, and as what he said, they were very good, and I think he really praised Mads Kolding for his serving, and he said you actually made the difference, and he did. He served 4 or 5 very good services.
Yep.
So and then he's very pleased with their good defence. That they're not really hitting through them now. So if under pressure, just lift it, because that's far safer than trying to do something. And the last thing he was saying was that Camilla is what we actually discussed. She's rushing in. She should make the rush, but stop halfway to cover when she's pushing it over her head.
Well, a little bit of concern there about the back of Liliana Natsir. Could see her stretching it out, and again still.
Too love. Play.
No, having had Tontowi Ahmad out injured for a little while, the last thing the Indonesians want is now Natsir with injury woes. They're obviously uncomfortable. But it's interesting, Morten, because, you pointed out that point with Camilla Juhl early on. We talked about it yesterday. The coach is obviously pointing it out. It's bewildering to me why other coaches don't say, this is what she does, just turn it, just turn the shot.
You just play it half a metre to either side of her, and it's a winner.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. Yeah, not the best of service.
2-3.
It's gone long.
Service over. 3-4.
Yeah. Nice angle in the end from Mads Kolding,
Service over.
using his height so well in that rally. Now, was that a steep shot, or was that a power play? Would you have said that's a half smash?
Half smash for
Yeah.
him. For
Yeah.
him, it was a half smash.
Yep.
It was a stick smash. Well, I think that's exactly what the Indonesian combination have to do now. They have to start going on the attack and force some more initiative.
4-5.
Look at him, he towers over that net.
Yeah, he's a big man.
Oh, delightful.
5-all.
You know what really impresses me? I mean, we've sort of touched on it, but it's the thought, the speed of thought. It's not just the speed of shot that she can react to. It's the speed of thought to think, this is what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah, she's good. She is really one of the very best. See, that's...
Oh, my goodness. Well, the umpire saying behave. That's the last warning.
6-5.
Now, I'm not sure I saw quite what he did wrong.
No, I didn't notice it.
Maybe it was something verbal we didn't hear.
He touched it.
Service over.
Yeah,
6-4.
touched the racket and well spotted by the umpire. Oh yeah, definitely. You could see the way the shuttle moved there. Yeah, I saw you. Don't you try that.
Exactly. Yep. With a twinkle in her eye, she saw it.
Number 27 in the world, and winner of the Polish Open, Luis Leonez. And he's up against from China, currently ranked number 2 in the world, and reigning world champion, Chen Long. The umpires of course, service judge, Miguel Juhl.
Now that's the sort of shot I think that the coach was referring to. It doesn't have to skim the net.
No.
There's quite a gap across court there. You just had to get it into the open space.
Yeah, he's simply pushing it too hard. Want to play the most perfect shot, And that's where the margin is so small.
Well, it's the first time in this deciding game that the Indonesians have been in the lead. But not for long. Goodness me. Steadied himself, and the actual shot production just seemed rushed to me.
Yeah. The problem is when something like that is starting, it's so difficult to stop it again when you get into a situation where you cannot serve.
I've been there.
You've been there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not the best of server either, I must admit. But it never came to the point where I was scared of serving. But it,
Gone wide. Well, I remember I was very lucky when I was having a bit of a wobble on the serve that my Danish mixed doubles partner, Steen Flabberg, used to say to me, "Do not be afraid. I will cover." so that was it, and it was such a relief. He wasn't sort of, you know, getting
agitated.
on my... No,
no,
not at all. And a wonderful partner that I had in Steen Flabberg.
Yeah, absolutely. I used to play men's doubles with him for about 15 years, I think, since we were 10 years old. We had some laughs and funs now and again, that's for sure.
9-8.
Oh, that's a great serve. Almost as if she was just admiring it instead of getting her racket up ready. That's wild.
Service over. 10-9.
There's that tuck shot again that you've spoken about.
10-0.
So, who's going to have the advantage at the change of ends? This next point will decide it. The luck of the net cord, for which Liliana Natsir immediately apologises.
Change ends.
So it's the number 4 seeds from Indonesia who have the advantage, albeit just one
Rigtig godt, vi kommer i gang med at
solitary
spille
point.
med dem igen. Altså, de presser ikke selv nogen point igennem. Vel, når vi spiller, så er det hele tiden os, der ender med at vinde. Ikke? Og han slår ikke noget ned, så er vi i tvivl. Op med den, og så gå ind i den. Ikke? Vi skal arbejde med dem begge to. Vi skal have hende tilbage. Mange svipper på hende.
Jeg skal bare passe på, når hun så slår på mig, jeg ikke spiller den der i midt. At jeg kommer frem og spiller den side, som jeg starter.
Ja, og så veksle mellem de der med at trykke ud mod hjørnet, eller bare spille fedteren. Ikke? Skal jeg sige noget, eller skal jeg holde min kæft?
Du ved, hvad du gør.
Ja. Præcis.
Makanya sekarang coba ngarahinnya juga diarahin, Wi, ya. Jangan asal nembak tok, coba diarahin biar mereka tuh bantingnya nggak nyusahin kamu banget gitu. Ya, berapa poin, wah nyusahin bener. Gitu. Kamu ngedrive dari sini ya susah gitu. Ya, kamu arahin dulu, coba tembak tengah. Atau nggak usah ngincer ceweknya dulu deh. Nggak usah ngincer banget ceweknya, kadang tembak tengah, ya. banting terus dari tadi tembakannya, ya. Terus fokus terus, ya. Jenakin.
Oh my goodness. Oh, the trickery from Juhl. In the end, to no avail. Behind the back shot, there we go. Well, Morton, you always say to me, you've got to win 3 of the next 4 points after the change of ends, after the mid-game interval.
I'm not saying you have to, but it would
psychologically.
It would be a great advantage.
Yeah.
So let's see how it goes here. Well, you know, you and I, we travel the world. We see a lot of tournaments, and we see obviously a lot of badminton. And in all honesty, I do not feel that the Indonesian pair is still up to scratch. I don't think that Tontowi Ahmad is really up to the level where we saw him before his injury.
Yeah.
I think he's a little bit slower. He doesn't get to the things. His attack is not as good as it used to be. I still think he lacks at least 15–20%. And when we saw the men's doubles play earlier today on the other court, you and I, we saw that Setiowan and Asan, they lost as well, and they were not up to scratch either. So the pull-outs in the World Championships in August, they were definitely serious pull-outs.
Yes.
They were really having trouble. They were having serious problems.
Yeah. And I suppose that battle coming back from injury and for the players, the Indonesian players, probably the build-up towards the Asian Games.
Exactly.
And of course for Setiowan and Muhammad Hassan, ended with a gold medal.
It seems to be a very, very good achievement.
Exactly. And this Indonesian mixed doubles pair, a silver medal. And having psychologically battled and battled and battled to be fit in time for those Asian Games. You know, after any big build-up, there's always a bit of a trough.
Yeah.
And, you know, physically...
I think we see it.
Yeah.
I honestly think we see it.
Yes. Magnificent.
Number 2.
14-12.
There's good judgment, it's gone long. A little bit of confusion earlier on in that rally between the two dames. And that hesitation as to who was going for what. There, that one. Yeah, really played themselves into trouble.
And he's playing from Korea, number 7 in the world and semi-finalist at this year's YONEX Olympics.
That was a good smash.
Well, best smash of the day so far in my book.
Yeah. I was really on the line, this one coming here. Very nice.
That's well taken. Yeah, because I thought that was a pretty good return of serve.
It was. Yeah, that was well covered by Camilla Juhl here. This one here, look at that, how she's moving. Natsir was really trying to find the gap between the two, the mid-court area, because she could see she was getting late on it. But Camilla, she was there, and obviously it was the forehand, so even better for the Dane.
Service over.
So now, honestly, I think the big test is here now. I think this is a big test for the Danish combination.
16-15.
It's very close. They're playing against the former world champions, and in my book, one of the absolute best pairs in the world at the moment, has been for 2 or 3 years now. It's 15-16 in the third. They have the chance, home ground advantage. They got to capitalize on it.
Yes.
Service over. 16-0.
One game all, 16 all. Yeah, he's looking a little concerned now, isn't he, the Indonesian coach? Oh my goodness. Well, what was Camilla saying to the umpire then?
I don't know. I didn't get it.
No, it was her partner who was serving. He can serve whenever he wants, really. I mean, no, I didn't understand that.
No.
It's gone long.
Yeah, that's well left.
18-16.
Oh my goodness. Now you see, that's the sort of thing Mads Kolding, he puts the pressure on, but he doesn't look for the second one at the net. Well, you said the pressure points. You said this was now the moment of the home advantage. But the Indonesians just 2 points away from booking a place in the semi-finals.
That was going long.
That was so important for the Danes. Brilliant. That's the mid-court area that you were talking about just a moment ago, Morten. Just past the net player, but the shuttle landing in front of the rear court player. Just about a perfect shot for doubles, especially mixed doubles. So now just 1 point in it.
Service over. 20, match point.
It was a
18.
very conscious decision, that return of serve by Tontowi. Ahmad, I think. He knew he wanted to do that. He wanted to challenge Camilla Juhl on that.
Well, it paid off for him, and now 2 match point opportunities for the 2-time beaten finalists here at the Denmark Open. First time of asking, and a stunned silence from the crowd. So the Danes appreciate good badminton, and they appreciate a fine quarter-final encounter. It will indeed be an all-Indonesian semi-final tomorrow.
Natsir, 21-15, 16-21, 21-18.
Umpire confirms the score, an hour and 2 minutes. And the former world champions, Tontoy Ahmad and Liliana Natsir, safely through to the semi-final. 21-15, 16-21, 21-18 against the Danish hopes of Kolding and Rytter Juhl. Their confirmation of the score, and Indonesia are guaranteed, of course, now a place in the final.